YouTube, you know the vibes. It's your boy Bush, and I'm back with another video, man. Let's go. Ain't no talking. Let's go. Let's go. How y'all feeling today, man?
Begin tonight with the latest on an attempted train burglary just east of Bakersfield.
This is a merchandise from the trains left on the tracks, suspected of being taken from the trains by thieves.
Your spanking new office printer might be delayed a few days in transit if it was parked on a FedEx rail car that was parked here Friday morning near Union Avenue. This was the scene early Friday on the tracks near Union, north of California Avenue.
Bro, I always thought about it. I always see they leave them trains and shit on the
A lot
line.
of adrenaline. I love it. That's kind of why I do it, you know.
No.
Oh.
Was there an event?
Oh.
Like a financial stressor that
Yo. Oh man, this nigga Tommy's in the middle of a fucking robbery, gang. Like, this is actually a robbery going on right now. I'm crying. Yo, how y'all feeling today, man?
Every night?
Yep, I do it almost every night.
Little spitty on the deck.
25K.
Ooh.
Now, sometimes you guys stop the trains.
Yeah, go grab a car or whatever, anywhere, pull it up on the tracks. You want to put like the hazards or something on so the train will see it from the back. Enhanced graphics. That was kind of fancy. I have to look
Those
into
are
that one.
calculators.
The big question is, who pays? Well, in the long run, most likely insurance companies, which means you and I.
Me? How the fuck
When I
I pay
imagine
for that?
train robberies, I think back to the Wild West days when rugged outlaws like Jesse James and Butch Cassidy would assemble
rob
a posse,
gold
then
and
ride
shit.
in on horseback to storm a train, execute their heist, and get away with the loot. And I would have told you that these train robberies were a thing of the past. That was until I got word that the business of train
Bro,
heist
what
is
the
alive and
fuck?
well. And in Bakersfield, California, where our episode takes place, these robberies can occur on a nightly basis. Now, I've made a career out of being fascinated by the mind of an outlaw, and today we meet many of them involved in this train business. We witness these guys live in action, see how they evade law enforcement, and we get a first-hand look at how their underground economy works. This
That's
is a
why
world
our
where people
package
drive
be like-
cars onto train tracks to get a train to stop to initiate the heist. To be successful at this, thieves have to avoid the federal agents, local law enforcement, and private detectives that patrol the railways and hunt down organized crime. This, folks, is the modern-day Wild West. Let's dive in. Folks, right here in the video was supposed to be a
this whole
sponsored
shit is
ad,
a
but they
sim,
wanted me to
gang.
read from a
Shit
script and
don't
do
make
some
no
gas
sense.
commercial, and I just didn't want to do it. All I want to do is make the best possible videos for you at home to watch. Right now, the Patreon army is at about 1,400 people. Let's get it up to 2,000. That way, we never have to do
Get Tommy G
stupid-ass
up to
commercials.
2,000
And you get
Patreon
access
army,
to
man.
the
Get me
best
up
and
to
wildest
2,000
clips on the
subs.
internet,
Like, comment,
guaranteed.
subscribe,
Join the movement,
shit.
join the army.
Let's go.
Link is in pinned comments.
Let's go. Click the link.
What the impact theft has on a community is, just look no further than here. I've never seen this before. Celsius is behind a locked glass. Push a button and their employee comes. So
Yo,
this
that's
impact
crazy.
Only impacts the corporations and the big
That's
companies.
crazy.
You're wrong. It impacts
Yo,
little
gang.
guys.
It's crazy when you go to Walmart, colognes, and I think like oil filters. Probably I'm capping with the oil filter. Colognes. I don't see much stores be hiding shit other than colognes and shit. And probably on the electronic side. Like important shit. But other than that, that's
All these little
crazy.
hassles
Locking
and
up
things we have to go
salsa?
through. Our insurance gets higher. There's a lot of little factors and ripple effects that comes from theft. How bad is it?
Pretty bad, man. It was to the point that people were still like the Red Bull.
People are
Damn.
stealing Red Bull. According to the Hammurabi Code, in severe cases,
It's
theft
a,
will be
it's a
punished
little
by either
something, but
cutting your
here, take
hand
a little
off
1P.
or by death.
We gonna ping pong.
So it's something that people have taken very seriously for a long time, but it seems like now more than ever in this current era, it's the most lightly punished it's ever been.
They say robbed the East Bakersfield Walmart last week. The robbery happened last Thursday, March 11th, just before 1:30 in the afternoon.
Niggas is getting bold. Yo, shit makes no sense from since 2019 up until now, gang. Nothing makes sense. Who would have thought about robbing trains 5-6 years ago? No one. These people doing it. Like, what the fuck? Car thefts is all-time high, bro. Everything is just wilding right now.
Nearby, there's people that are waiting for this thing to stop so they can get on board and get everything off of it. Someone's gonna crack it open and see what they can get. Maybe
That's
it's oranges,
crazy.
maybe it's baby supplies, maybe it's Amazon packages. Who knows? Something important could be on your way to your house, but instead, someone's gonna get their grubby paws on it and you're gonna have to get your order reshipped.
Begin tonight with the latest on an attempted train burglary just east of Bakersfield.
Boxes of merchandise from the trains left on the tracks, suspected of being taken from the trains
That's
by
crazy.
thieves.
Bro, if y'all look, I'm not supporting the theft. It's wrong. I don't like thieves. That's wrong. I don't like thieves. I don't like the R words. I don't like child M's. I don't like. It's a lot I don't like, but yeah. I don't like thieves though. But if you're gonna steal shit, don't leave the rest of the packages on the track. Just take everything. You want to go through the boxes and look for what you want, bro? Come on, just take everything. You could probably give it out to somebody. Like, come on, even though you stealing it.
Bakersfield, California is a place you probably haven't heard of. Some people call it the armpit of California. It's rough out here. I mean, you have lots of homeless, and
It's the second time I heard about Bakersfield.
What is
with
it
the car
to do to
theft
try
video
and
from Tommy?
take some things off
Go
the
check
train
that
and
shit
sell
out.
it?
Deadass. Imagine my package was in that shit. I would have been pissed.
So clearly, something has gone down right around here. There's hundreds and hundreds of boxes here, and my first impression of this operation is kind of like a smash and grab. This was going out to Washington to a lady named Debbie, and this is going out to Jean in Washington. So a lot of people on the West Coast were looking for important shit. Who knows if a kid had a birthday coming up, and also
He
how
ain't
much
getting
of
that
this
shit
theft is
probably
wasted?
until
Like,
Friday.
what can a person really do with
It's
a
not
precision
funny.
egg cooker? How much can you resell that for? I would guess they're looking for electronics, chargers, computers, video cameras. I don't know.
Shit
If I
you
had to
could sell
choose between doing
quick.
this and running into a Best Buy, I would choose the Best Buy all day. This to me seems like just one of the more dirty and messy ways to make some sort of income. No one's turning into Jeff Bezos off of this.
Look, don't get me wrong. They could if they got the right supply and demand. If they take shit, like take the whole box and sort they shits out instead of trying to make a quick, they could finagle that. I'm telling you, they got the boxes and everything. They could finagle that. But niggas just retarded in the moment. They just want to snap and grab and sell and rinse and
So
repeat.
earlier we were wondering what % of the thieves are homeless versus professionals, and this is a camp right next to all the action. I mean, just by the disorganized look at the scene, I would guess it's more of a homeless than a professional job.
Well, hey, I don't know nothing about it. It's not my business. This is my business.
It's crazy, right? So like you see like the boxes and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing to do with that. I believe them.
People are getting busted for it?
Nah, I'm lying. It's a whole box right here. Yo.
But once you left the train,
Yo, they probably in their camp all night. They watch people do their shit, and after they done, they just go over there and then snag the little hangovers. You feel me? And hide it out, sell it for a little blow in the morning.
We're suiting up right now during what's primetime train hours, which is from now about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock till 2 a.m. But I guess from the clues that we've been getting, we're dealing with more of an addict homeless situation and like sketchy characters on the fringes. What % of people in this game would you say are homeless versus professional?
About 70% are homeless, to be honest with you.
How long have you been doing this for?
I'm probably going on like 3 or 4 years now.
And how many missions over those 3 or 4 years?
Ooh, quite a bit. Probably too many to count, to be honest. It's we just drive around, you know, that's kind of what we do around here is we just drive around, and then if we see a train stop, we'll call everybody and be like, hey, yo, this is where we're at.
What are some of the things you have to be aware of
dropping the
in
low.
doing a mission? Like, how do you plan this out?
Honestly, there's not really much planning behind it. It's you see it, you go, you know, and jump on it right away because it's you kind of on time limit. You know, it's how long is it gonna take for this person to take off, or you know, when are the cops gonna show up?
Is security getting heavier and heavier now that this is becoming more of a common thing?
I would say so, yeah. They've started parking trucks and security guards around where the trains stop and things like that. Back in the day, you know, you wouldn't have none of that. You just
Cause y'all fuck it up and leave a
open shit
mess.
up, and you'll be there for a cool like 2-3 hours or something like that, you know.
Now sometimes
people could never do shit now and just be discreet with it. They steal a car, they gonna fucking crash, they gonna damage people's property. They steal some money, they gonna damage people's property. They steal some weave, they gonna damage people's property. Like, come on, bro. Everything niggas steal, they just gonna damage shit. Just steal shit, get away with it clean, so you could keep doing it. Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, go grab a car or whatever, anywhere, pull it up on the tracks. You kind of like heisting it on top of the tracks, you know. Most of the time you want to put like the hazards or something on so the train will see it farther back.
How much money can you stand to make on a mission?
I've made about $5,000.
Not knowing when a train might roll through, we gave E-Money a GoPro and told him to record a mission so we could see how it all goes down. Here's what he captured.
$5,000, that's it? And the products y'all fucking stole and left is probably worth like 100. Y'all could have probably got like 50.
I'm gonna see if I can see where with a lot with popping because I don't have the full covers on me.
How do you feel while doing this?
A lot of adrenaline, just pumping, you know, it's a crazy feeling. I love it. That's kind of why I do it, you know. It's
I don't want that type of adrenaline, bro.
Just fun to do.
It looked fun. That's why I'm watching it.
We separated from E-Money and set out on our own to patrol the tracks. Our goal was to be in position and near the action if a train robbery was going to happen that night. Here's what went down. At least 2 different crews are doing their inventory right now, seeing what's on the inside, and from what we understand, there's serious consequences for this now in California. California is not as light criminally as they used to be, so we're kind of just waiting to see what they find and seeing what our next step is.
Yo, this nigga Tommy be going to the most sketchiest place, bro.
What are you looking for on the trains? What are you hoping to find on the trains?
Anything worth profit. I mean, I've found $100 worth of cards, you know, like little, they call them player cards and stuff like that. 2 or 3 people inside, and we just throw them out. Just start throwing them like this. People on the ground will grab them and just throw them in the truck. After that, we'll go to a different location.
So there's an organized team.
Oh yeah, it could be anywhere from like 3 to, you know, 6 people.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. My fault for pausing, but look, if I'm doing some shit like that, bro, it's a whole train line. We could finagle some shit. We got us like 3 striker vans, you know, the mid-roof vans, like, you know what I'm talking about, them sprinter bitches. Get like 3 of them hoes. You feel me? We gonna full up like 2 of them. One gonna be empty. Decoy. We catching on, let's go.
By the truck?
Go, 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 go.
What the is going on?
He said they're hitting it over here.
Oh, I thought it was 12. I was about to say.
No, I got 10.
Do I move?
Yeah, I'm crying. Tommy is doing a mission. Tommy's out on a mission.
So we were catching the action. No. Holy shit.
Damn.
Holy shit. Okay,
Bro.
so going on right behind us
Bro,
right
this
now
is a fucking...
is-
No,
that's
I ain't
law
gonna keep
enforcement right
saying
there.
this shit.
Hey, the cops are right there. Hey, the sheriff's right there. Hey.
Oh.
The
Holy shit.
We should go. Should we get back in the car?
Yeah, go.
Miguel. Let's get back in the car.
Run, Miguel, run.
What the
We didn't need Tommy getting arrested. Run, gang.
So you might be wondering why we were running back to the car. Keep in mind, we had just seen the sheriff, and what we weren't sure of in that moment was what were the legal ramifications even being near a train robbery.
Facts.
As you can imagine, robbing a train is a big federal crime. Under the U.S. Code's Title 18, Section 1991, anyone who assaults, robs, or attempts to rob a train can face serious prison time, up to 20 years. It's considered an act of theft on interstate commerce, which of course makes it the business of the feds.
He basically is like, are you guys the cops? We said no. Then he starts opening it up and just going ham. Then a sheriff drives by and then it just lurches. Okay, so obviously there is no
Man,
place
that's
for stealing. I'm not
crazy.
advocating it. But the adrenaline rush of just being by the action, I can see why these guys are addicted just to the
I'm not addicted
thrill
to
of
that
the job.
shit.
That was insane, wasn't it?
But what if you're not robbing the train? You're like us, near it. If you are caught trespassing within a certain distance of train tracks, you could still be committing a crime. We filmed this in
Yes,
California, and doing
trespassing.
some research into this, it looks like California laws make it a misdemeanor to trespass within 20 feet of the tracks.
Know my
This can
shit.
land you up to 1 year in county jail. Luckily, we filmed this entire episode within 21 feet or further from the tracks.
So what if, you know, someone's ordering baby formula and baby bottles and it doesn't get there on time? Like, what about the impact of it?
Agreed. The way I look at it is if you're ordering it off of Amazon or online somewhere, like, not in too much need of it. You know, you got to wait to, even if you get to the next day shipping, you're still waiting that time to get it, you know, so.
I guess
You got
what
a
stands
point.
out to me is the outright lawlessness.
I'll be tight.
I think people in other countries watching this, seeing this happens in the United States, I think it would blow their minds. To think that a sheriff would drive by as you're blatantly stealing packages from a train, which is a federal offense, that he just keeps going on with his day. Where else does that happen? It's Keegan's birthday today, so happy birthday, Keegan.
Well, we can't
Write in
get
the
bro
comments,
locked up.
Happy birthday, Keegan. No better way to celebrate a birthday than by chasing down train thieves and 2 minutes before Googling whether it's a felony or misdemeanor.
That's it? That's all y'all got?
Enhanced graphics. That looks kind of fancy. I have to look into that one. Some cream junk. Some wheelchair stuff.
No.
Kitchen stuff. What's that, wrapping paper or something? It's an interesting one. Like a cover or something. Shoes? Ooh, a nice little bag. That's about it. I didn't get too many this time, but had to get out of there. The train started moving.
Is that unusual for the train to start moving like that?
No, especially when they're like switching conductors like that.
So how would you rate the haul overall?
That haul
this
was
one's
bullshit.
One of the lower end ones. Altogether right there, probably 150, maybe.
I saw a sheriff look at someone stealing and kept driving.
Yeah, sheriffs out here, they need a law enforcement, don't really give a shit. It seems like they're scared. They're scared of everybody out here.
If caught, what's the penalty?
I don't know. It's probably a good few years or so.
2
it's probably
years?
a big case for sure. It's federal.
So it's very spur of the moment. It went from nothing's gonna go down to nighttime. 2 minute notice just happened.
Yes, and that's how it goes. You know, whenever you get the call, you gotta hurry up and get there. 90% of it, to be honest with you.
Talking to this guy got me wondering how many stolen goods are floating around on places like Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. I mean, how many people completely unaware are furnishing their homes, buying gifts for their kids, even getting school supplies like laptops and calculators without realizing that we too are participating in the underground economy. One of the train robbers told me like this straight up. If it's a brand new item listed at 50% of retail or less, or an item missing its original packaging, chances are it's stolen. It made me wonder what percent of goods on a site like Facebook Marketplace are lifted items.
Some AirPods that's worth like $150. Whatever the new model is, it was worth like $150. I got them bitches for like $30. Brand new, boxed up, everything. Legit. No cap.
One day, when I interview Mark Zuckerberg, I will ask him for his take on this. But for now, it's wild to think that any one of us could have something in our homes that we use on a daily basis that was stolen in a train heist. Would you consider yourself to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I like that.
Yo, people call everything an entrepreneur nowadays. Shaking their ass,
have you ever been close
selling
to
weed, stealing cars.
We had somebody, where to stop. They were on the other side of the fence, I think got some property or something, and they said they were calling the cops, and we hear it all the time, so we push on for a little bit, and this time the cops, they showed up pretty fast, and so they show up, and we all just dip down. You got to get low and just gone, dude.
Last night, a train robber approached us in an off-camera meeting and told us about his operation. He had stash houses, getaway drivers, and lookouts stationed in the mountains. So the next morning, we spent the day tracking the trains through the mountains, trying to see it from a train robber's point of view. Behind me is another train going towards Bakersfield. We're gonna see if we can link up with the guys that are gonna hit this train. This is some modern day rodeo shit. And at nightfall, we returned to the towns of Bakersfield and Oildale to see yet another train robbery. But first, we had to talk to the locals and see what they thought about this. Are you aware that most nights when the train stops, people just descend on the trains and just take everything they can out of it?
I know that happens, but don't know if it happens near here.
And I don't know if you saw the boxes that are on the side of the road.
No, I haven't seen them.
But what do you think about that?
I think it's horrible. They're going to catch somebody robbing a train.
She's funny.
It's gonna blow your mind. We saw it last night. A sheriff drove right by as a guy was opening up the train and taking boxes, and he just kept driving by.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
Maybe he didn't see it. I mean, how could you not see it?
I mean, we get people come in here all the time who steal, and they just walk up, grab, and walk out.
There's a bunch of criminals here.
Yeah, she's funny.
There is.
She's funny as hell.
There are. Yeah, you have to be very careful. We have cameras at my house. I mean, we take all precautions. They just stole our mailbox not long ago. Our community
that's
mailbox.
a mailbox.
Yeah. So that's my husband.
Hello. How you doing?
What's going on, man?
Sir, I hear you're missing a mailbox.
Yes, sir, I am. Yeah, there's a lot of thieving going on around these neighborhoods.
Are you aware that the trains get hit regularly?
Yeah, I heard all about that, yeah.
What do you think about it?
I think it's a bunch of bull. Yeah, that's not even right. They should have more security on those trains than what they do. Yeah, I don't understand it, how they can get in those trains so easy and take all the stuff off of them without anybody noticing.
Bro, they don't have money to pay them niggas.
This is romance right here. Sir, what did you just do? You handed her what?
Ruffles, potato chips.
And it's not even Valentine's Day, huh?
We love each other, though.
Yeah, we do.
We've been married 20 years, bud.
Good shit, man.
All right, guys, stay safe. Have a good night.
So we have a helicopter circling. It was about the same time last night that is it a helicopter?
That's 100% a helicopter. No plane moves like that.
And he's just circling the train area, huh?
Yeah. Their center of rotation is 100% around the...
Holy shit, it's shining right at him.
Yeah.
Tommy probably made the news.
So here we go. Here's some of the fragments of what remains from last night. They obviously cleared it out. They have some sort of system. Whole Foods, Amazon returns. So yeah, Amazon lost out last night. So now our job for the rest of the night is, one, talk to the guys that have their hands in this and get more of the story from them. Two, see if there's another mission, which chances are there will be. It just is, will we be in the right place at the right time when it goes down? There's way other ways I would rather steal. If I had to get into the business of stealing, I feel like this is one of the harder ones to make money in. So we're going to a
Loki
spot
is not. If you play your shit
package
right.
Smuggling, and the local's going to tell us about it. What are we looking at here?
So I hear they use this as like the gateway
I'm thinking about
like the
export,
tracks.
you feel me?
There's a old pipe yard that the fence is ripped open on it, obviously.
So they go through here, another hole, tracks.
You see where the train's at right there.
So this is a popular place in the city where the train gets hit.
This whole road, there's like 10 sets of tracks that run across there. That's probably, where that train is right there is probably the second or third row of tracks.
Why do you think this doesn't get fixed?
Because it's not the train's property, or the train federal property, it's somebody else's property. They come in
they
yellow
just
totes,
renting.
and a lot of the stuff does, it comes in, like those trains right there, they're just stacked with yellow totes of, like, I would say like all kinds of shit, 99-cent store type stuff.
So how many main spots throughout the city would you say get hit?
Anywhere along the tracks, really.
The last spot we were at, helicopter was circling. You think that's preventative on the police's part?
Yeah, it helps because the guys know that the cops got the helicopters got the flare, so they can see them even if they don't have the light on. So that helps. You gotta like penalize these people for this shit. You gotta like actually go to jail and, instead of
Bro, I don't even want to face the camera.
breaking and stealing shit and going to jail and getting let out the next day. And then they just let them stack up their cases and they keep getting busted, and then eventually, yeah, they throw them in jail, but they don't do long enough and people aren't gonna learn and nobody wants to work. They want everything easy. It's all fun and games until it happens to you, right?
That's better than, look. I know it's not right. I told you, I don't indulge stealing. But it's better than going to somebody's porch and actually stealing a package. Because now you putting your life and that person's life in danger. What happens if the person come out with a gun and you got a gun? What happens if person come out with a gun and you don't have a gun? Let's go, though. You get what I'm saying?
So just another example of sloppy thieving.
That
People
lies.
want to have sympathy, and I get it. Like if someone's down on their luck and they fall back on rent, that's one thing. But when you just want to turn the entire city into your own trash can, that's where I draw the line. Would you say you have any economic stressors in your life?
Well, my motto is everything's a hustle since 19. That's when I was born.
To get into some of these things, like did it come from economic struggle where like, hey,
Bro
I
said
gotta
since
pay a bill,
19
so I'm
when I
gonna
was
try something
born.
new? Or like how
Bro
did
said I
you
was
get
born
into
at
this world?
19.
Yeah, I didn't do some of the smarter stuff. He did a lot of dumb shit, and I guess I kind of fell on that same path.
So is it more the thrill or the economics of it?
A little bit of both.
We got connected to a local named Tweak. He was going to be going on a train job later that night, so I asked him about how he evades law enforcement and how he prepares for a mission. Here's what he said. You just got out of jail? What was that?
That was like 2 days ago.
And what'd you get hit for?
I just got on probation once and shit. I've been running on doing dumb shit all the time. Not going to court, it's been on court shit, so.
So how often do you do the train business?
Yeah, I don't really do it too much anymore like I was, because after when I seen a lot of the federal marshals out there, they're cracking down on it pretty big.
Federal marshals are out there?
Yeah, they've been seen out there. I've seen personally my own 2 eyes, federal marshals sitting out there going and doing sweeps out there. They're picking up people. They were doing three cars linked in a row at a time with the pepper ball guns and shit in the corner. Lighting down next to the train. So when the train stops, they're driving up and down it the whole time as it stops, patrolling it. So, and you can go further from railroad tracks, skip to the tracks, or the little C trains that you've got, of course. But
what do you got?
That's the scanner.
Do you actually use that?
Yeah, it's the best way to have it. But just me, I won't get caught with it. I'm gonna toss it out before they catch up to me.
It's just amazing what drugs will make someone do, and it just feels, I don't want to say like a waste. But like all this stolen stuff is just going to a cycle that gets deeper and deeper. Like it's not like, oh, if I hit enough trains, then I'll be able to move on to something else. It doesn't have the same glamour as the outlaw cowboys back in the day hitting trains.
Because there was robbing
This will be
gold.
our last night out in the trains. We'll see what we run into.
Jewelry and shit.
We'll see what we see.
I ain't gonna front. History is fascinating, bro. Especially them cowboy eras and shit. Them niggas was actually robbing gold and horses. Sticking up the train conductor and people in the train. Give me your jewelry. Give me all the gold. Move or you die. They probably still gonna kill one person. Steal all that gold and hop back on their horse and they out. Now niggas just stealing regular packages, books, pencils, body lotion.
As we walked up to the
soap.
scene, we realized that the trains had just been hit right before we got there. So we got to approach the crews on the ground to see what the next step in their business process was. In the background right now, there's a guy just going through boxes. And again,
as we came here. Look at that, that's a sheriff right there.
You lying.
I don't know how obvious that is from the road. Seen pretty heavy police activity through here, and right in the back there's a crew going through fresh boxes. So I don't know if there's another train coming or if we just kind of missed it and we're seeing the aftermath. But either way, it's kind of like piranhas on a fresh piece of meat. So you guys
He loaded up.
Is it a good haul?
Right there. I don't know what they're taking.
These yellow bags are from the train?
Yeah.
You were the guy we saw 2 nights ago.
Yeah. Dude,
did you get hurt? Because the train like lurched.
No, I always jump off like that, man.
We've seen like 2 or 3 sheriffs drive by. They just don't give a shit, do they?
The man, if it would have been like a bunch of fucking, they would probably call me up,
You may hear me mention a few times expressing shock that the sheriffs did nothing but just drove by, but there may be an explanation for this. One of the train robbers told me that because the tracks are federal jurisdiction, the local PD has a tough time building cases that stick on these guys. Not sure if that is all true, but more on that later. I have an arrest story coming for you guys in just a couple minutes.
Would you guys say this is every night?
What's up, man? Shout out to Bakersfield, east side of Bakersfield, you know what I mean? That's where I'm from. Trying to get $1 out of 15 cents. Yeah, that's it, man. We just trying to eat. Pick me up, right here by the bridge. I already got everything packed up, ready to go.
So majority of them is really homeless.
Get the ride ready to go so you can get up out of here. Just gonna make this money now, man. Probably won't happen till the morning, but shit, it's gonna happen. And we eat instead for dinner.
What got you into this business?
My boy right there. My boy, he a beast at this, but my buddy out there in the mountain, he got rolled up on by Pinkerton. They arrested him and impounded his truck and everything.
So Pinkerton's really serious?
Oh yeah, Pinkerton is the ones that they'll get you. Pinkerton is the one that they're the OGs, you know what I mean?
Let's bring you up to speed on the infamous Pinkerton Detective Agency. This 170-year-old firm has been cracking down on criminal plots since the 1850s. Their claims to fame include foiling an early assassination attempt on Abraham Lincoln, making outlaw Butch Cassidy and his guys flee to South America to avoid being caught by them, and that in the 1890s, with over 32,000 guys on staff, they boasted more manpower than the entire U.S. Army.
What kind of job satisfaction do you have with it? Do you feel like you're caught in a cycle?
Now, yeah. Because, I mean, if I stop, then I don't eat. My family doesn't eat, so you really can't stop it, you know what I mean? You can make a good payday. You can make a real good payday.
Yo, it's sad though, man. All this shit is sad. It's all fun and games, but it's sad. That certain people gotta live like that. Some got a choice and some really don't.
People that are built for it and people that aren't. You know what I mean? Like, it's a waiting game. It's a hit and a miss. You never know when you're gonna hit. But when you do hit, you can hit pretty fast and good.
What can you stand to make in a week doing this?
I've made up to close to 25K. Maybe as low as a couple $100. It just all depends on what you find.
Was there an event in your life, like a financial stressor that said, this is what I'm gonna do?
My old lady broke her neck in a car accident. She severed her C4 all the way down to C7. She was paralyzed, she couldn't walk. I lost my job. I had to take her to the doctors, and all her doctor's visits, we had to teach her how to walk again.
What kind of job were you working before?
I had a great job. I was working agriculture. I had a company truck. I was making about $75K a year. And I had a real good job.
You quit that to do this? Because you make more doing this.
I mean, now I build a record for myself.
Warning. Warning.
He's lying. You left $75K a year driving trucks to go steal from the train. All right, boss.
Putting a record, so it's going to be a little bit harder to find a good job with. And I mean, once you get into it, it's it. You know what I mean? It's kind of, that's why I tell people that do it or want to try to do it, it's just remain smart, don't get caught.
There's a lot of youth out there that are feeling really reckless and thinking, hey, I can just get quick shit. And they don't have a record yet. What would you tell them?
It's not worth it. You're gonna get yourself caught into federal charges. You know what I mean? Once you get federal charges, you're doing 85% of your time. You're not gonna do no half time. There is no fucking, you know, good behavior. You're gonna go to the feds and you're sitting down with
Feds don't play, man.
Notice the plane. We're flying around for the past 7 nights. I've been watching it. It comes, it's in a routine, it's on a route. It circles around, and I mean, they have each sensors, they have night vision, they follow you. They'll follow you back to your home, they'll follow you back to wherever you're going. That's why I said they'll build a case on you.
Sure enough, this guy here who I'll call C got arrested exactly in the manner that he described. He recently got out of jail and called me to tell me that the same week we had met him, he completed a train mission and went to his safe house where he was then tracked down by a police helicopter and swarmed by 12 sheriff's vehicles. He was arrested at gunpoint, brought to jail, and was told that he was facing 3 years of federal time. However, he said that due to what seems to be a technicality of jurisdiction, apparently the local police had to drop his case, which if this is true, would explain why the sheriffs would just drive past and ignore the train thieves. If anyone watching this episode is in law enforcement or is a lawyer, please tell me if this local police not having jurisdiction holds any water.
That's crazy, though.
You got time. No
I guess most crime seems to be indicative of someone being stuck in a cycle. And anytime you're stuck, you're not free. So it's just sad. Like, even though they're doing bad shit, like stealing some packages, I still feel bad for these people. I still sympathize with them in a way. I mean, this is not a life that anyone would envy. There's nothing glamorous, there's nothing cool. Because I think at the end of the day, you want to have an impact on the world that's positive. Everyone wants that. This is not something that you can rest easy doing. At least I don't think so. All right, folks, that was an inside look into the business of train robberies and theft. This was a wild ride. As always, I appreciate you joining me. I have the best job in the world, and it's only possible because you guys tune in. My final message is
appreciate
this:
you, Tommy.
I
appreciate all your videos, Gangy.
You can
still waiting
build
on my
a
shirt,
positive
though.
cycle, or you can build a negative cycle.
The black
You
and
pick
white
where you
ones.
wanna go.
Still waiting on those.
And obviously, some of us have better.
But Big
cards
Do's got to
at the
eat.
beginning,
Yo, you
but
too.
I really believe life is how you play the cards. So do what's going to be best for you, your family.